country style ribs, cooked 2 different ways. One in the Ninja FOODI Pro grill using the probe, and then another in the pressure cooker, the Ninja FOODI pressure cooker. Now, I've thought all day long on how to do this video, and actually I tried it about a week ago and hit some snags. So I have decided to do 2 separate videos. I'm going to do them all tonight if all goes well. I'm going to do the grill first, and then I'll do the pressure cooker next, but they'll be posted separate videos. So what I'm getting at is, it'll take me a couple of days to get them edited. Like if I put this one up first, it might be 2 days later, then I'll have this one up. So what I'm getting at is just watch for the pressure cooker, or if you're looking at the other one, make sure you go look for the other one. Anyhow, I've got several barbecue sauces out here, and I'll explain all that along the way. But country style ribs, it's one of my family favorites and always has been, and they're fantastic. I've got about 15 pounds here, so surely what happened the other night, I was trying to do them both at the same time, and that's why I'm not doing it that way this time. It's too much confusion, and I couldn't get things said like I wanted to say in time. Too many things were happening at once. But anyhow, I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's grill some ribs. Okay, so this part of the video will be on both videos, the grill video and the pressure cooker video. And that is the loose term of country style rib. And this is just what my experiences is. You may have different. But a country style rib usually comes from either right here, the Boston butt, or the end of this loin. Well, they both cook a little different. Now, whether it's a great big deal and you should even worry about it, I don't know. I don't always, but I do think about it, because right here, if you've ever cooked a Boston butt and you pull that bone out after it's cooked, there's that bone. That's obviously from the Boston butt. Well, if you ever cooked ribs, right there they are. That's obviously come from the loin, the end of that loin. So they pack, and that's the same package. That's just one package I opened up. So they're both in there. There's also all different thicknesses. So a lot of times I'll open up 2 packs, depending on, my birthday's coming up, so we're going to eat a lot of ribs. But I'm going to open 2 packages so I can match up the same types of meat. But if you don't, it's not a big deal. Take my word, you get by with it either way. But I wanted to explain it. If you were picking them out in the store, you can see that right there pretty much came from the same cut. And you can expect pretty much the same thing. But like this one right here, and I bought this one on purpose because same store, everything. You can see that is 2 different cuts. It's just obvious. I mean, that's 2 different things. So I would look for similar if you're not doing what I'm doing, which I can mix them up and pick them out, because again, you got different thicknesses, you got different cuts of meat, and I'm going to try and match them up fairly well. But if I don't, it's no big deal. So, and then one other thing I'll say is, there's so many barbecue sauces on the market now, you may have to do a little studying to find out what kind you like. If you don't, I love this right here on ribs. This right here has been one of our new favorites, Salt Lick. It's a saltlick.com, or I don't really think it's saltlickbarbecue.com, but it's a place in Texas. It's excellent. I love it. This is something we used forever. Since, 20 years I've been using Stubbs. It works great, and I don't know really why I'm touching it. I just want to say there's a lot of different kinds. Rendezvous in Memphis, that's all they do pretty much is make ribs. So, you got to kind of find out which sauce you want. I even make my own, but mine's more like a mop. I probably won't be using it tonight. I'll be using one of these, and I haven't even decided which one yet, but I have several I like. So anyhow, we're going to quit talking about them, and I'm fixing to get some on that grill, and we're going to start this show. Be right back. Okay, we are at the Ab Food. I've got it set to high, which is 500 degrees. And I timed it this time from a cold grill. It took it 8 minutes and 20 seconds to come up to temp. So all we're going to do now is put these on. And I've chosen one of the thicker ones, and it's kind of the rib end loin. I don't know if that's going to matter a bunch, because I do have one I think it will matter, and I'll show you that in just a second. We'll get all of these on, and you can hear them sizzling. It's obviously hot. I got to get that to sit down right and that to sit down right. Now this is the one that's definitely from the loin end, and it's a little thinner. So I may do something different with it once we reach temperatures on those other 3. All right, I'm going to set the temp to 155. And when it gets to 155, I'm going to pull them out. I may keep that thinner one out, and then we're going to sauce them. I'm going to put them back in, and we're going to caramelize that barbecue sauce. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're right at 122. I'm going to flip them just because I can, and they're so thick, I don't think it's going to hurt. So you can see they look good. Flip that one. Now the one with the probe is going to be a little trickier. And then this one from the loin, which is definitely going to cook different because it's more of a rib meat. It's going to cook more like a rib because it's from the rib loin end, like I said. So I'll let you see them right quick. They look good. Nothing wrong with those. Get the lid back down. Get this thing closer to 155 or we can get them out, and I'm going to use Fox Brothers on them. So be right back. Okay, that was just over 20 minutes. Now we're going to pull these out, or we can sauce them, and man, they look right. And they sound right, and they even smell better. So I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to get some sauce on them, and then we're going back in. And I said air crisp a while ago, and we may do that, but I'm thinking maybe the 510 on the max grill, just to see how that does. So I don't think we're going to need that anymore either, so I'm going to close that for right now. I don't think I'm even going to use that anymore. I'm just going to go by looks, and we'll temp them if we need to with the Thermopan. As a matter of fact, to see whether I'm going to put this one back in or not, let's see what the one from the loin end. Oh yeah, see, it's considerably hotter. That's out the other side, so that should be about center right there, 180, 181. So that is not going back in because it's more like a rib. I don't think it needs to be any hotter. Again, the Boston butt end will handle a good bit more pressure. I mean, a good bit more temperature, because that's what I cook them to, 195 when I'm cooking a Boston butt. And I'm just going to get these sauced down, and I'm going to just roll them around in here and that kind of stuff, and get them coated. I'll bring y'all back right before I put them in. In fact, we'll check the temps right quick. I forgot to do that on these, but there's 167, 166. That's perfect for where we're at right now. Hey, we're good. That the one that was probed, I believe, I done kind of got confused. That's 160. The lowest I saw was 164. And right there should be about center. So 160. That's perfect. I mean, that's right where I wanted them. I'm going to roll them around, like I said, some more. Okay, so I've moved it up to the max on grill. Now, and one thing I didn't say a while ago I wanted to say is it took it a minute to preheat to the 510 degrees. But once it says add food, I've said this on other videos, but I haven't said it tonight. You have 10 minutes. It'll sit there for 10 minutes doing this right here. There's no hurry. It is a very neat feature, especially if you're trying to do, you know, something else. So anyhow, we're going to get these started. And it might be a little smoke, but I'm expecting it. I mean, it's 510 degrees, and I got barbecue sauce in there. Like I said, now, I'm not even going to do anything else with this one. If anything, if I want to put grill marks on it, I will later, but not right now. I got a feeling it's going to overcook that particular cut of meat. And we're going to cut into it and look at it before it's over with, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we're coming up on 2 minutes. So I'm going to flip them just to see how they look. And I'll show you, well, I'm going to flip one of them and let you see it then. The center one we're going to flip, and it's starting to do just what it's supposed to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to flip them all because I know they're ready to flip. And they're looking really good. And they're doing some caramelization right now. So, in fact, you can look in there and see what the back sides look like. At 2 minutes at 510. We are back and running. I'm going to let it go about another 2 minutes, and then we're going to pull it out. Okay, so we're pretty close to the 4 minutes, 2 minutes on each side. As a matter of fact, they're looking right. That's that's a good looking rib. That's all there is to it. And I mean, I don't know, 35 minutes maybe. I have to look and think about it. Maybe, yeah, 35 minutes as a matter of fact. But they look good, every one of them. So we're going to let them rest. I'm going to let that one right there sit on that heat just a minute. I'm not even going to turn it back on. Just going to let it sit right there just a second on each side. And then we're going to cut those open and see how they look. Be right back. Okay, so we're going to take one of these for tonight, for right now. And then when I cook the others in the pressure cooker as the second series of this film, we're going to compare them a little bit. And I will show you the inside of this, and let's see how it looks. And we'll test this one because I'm not going to put it up against I'll keep half of it. And that looks pretty close to perfectly cooked, I think you can see. And that was excellent. It might have could have stood some of the other stuff. But I'm going to put that back in there because I'm going to put those in the oven and keep them on warm till the others are ready. So I'll be right back. I'm going to sit down. We're going to eat some of that one with some more barbecue sauce. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try the rib loin end first, which it did not look dry. It looks fantastic. I mean, it just does. And it is. It's really good. So let's cut into the one with the bone, the one that probably came from the butt end, or closer to the butt end than that one did. And well, I'll let you see it, but it looks excellent. And I don't think you could get that much better. It looks fantastic. And that was, what I say, 30 minutes, I think is what I said. So, the grill did an excellent job on country ribs. Now, honestly, with country ribs, normally I'd have them in a platter like that, and I might pour more barbecue sauce over them, just the way I've always done barbecue country ribs. You don't have to. I mean, that's just how I normally serve it. Usually it's in a Pyrex dish because I used to have to put them in the oven to brown them. Well, now with this and with the Ninja FOODI Deluxe pressure cooker, you brown in the same device. So it gives you a little different choices and you can serve them different. But I'm not going to try and eat all that, but man, that's as good as you're going to get. That's perfect. It really is. It's perfect. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I am anxious to see how a little bit of pressure on ribs will do, because I've cooked them in an Instant Pot with pressure, and they're great that way too. I think it'll change the texture a little. We can see whether it's better or worse. So I'll get that part started. But just in case it's the only video you're watching, hey, I love y'all all, by the way. I'll put some videos right here. I'll definitely have a link to the other one, which will be the pressure cooking video, the Ninja FOODI Deluxe. And I'll have another probably video here and some links. And my big old head floating around for y'all to subscribe. But anyhow, go find that video. Or if you've watched all you want to see, good night. Have a good evening. And again, I love y'all all. Come back to see me. Bye-bye.